Hey everyone, today's video is about how to improve your raid awareness. Before we start, let me start off by saying if you have a firm grasp on mechanics, you are aware what's happening in fights, you don't stand in the fire, this video will probably not help you that much. However, if you have any additional tips and stuff, leave them down in the comments for people that actually can use those. What we're going over today is a couple of things, namely movement, keybinds, add-ons and your UI. What do I mean with movement? With movement I mean simply the way you control your character. What I would advise is setting your keybinds as follows with the movement keys. The default settings have A and D as turn left and turn right. However, you don't want a keyboard turn. I'll show you why in just a second. I advise putting strafe left and strafe right on A and D, which makes your character move like this when you press D, this when you press A. You can combine it with moving forward to move diagonally. For the rest of the movement of your character, you use your right mouse button. Why? Because it gives you a much finer control of your character. For example, if you're running along and you quickly need to turn around, with your right mouse button, you just go like this and you're running back to where you came from. If, however, you're keyboard turning, look closely at the screen and see how long it takes just to turn around, which is a lot of time wasted. Also, you keep moving a bit forward, you might run into the fire and die horribly. Added to this, and something that correlates to movement, is clicking. Do not click. You probably already heard for years, if you've been playing WoW for a long time, that clicking is bad. However, why is it bad? Not only is it bad for your performance, your DPS and HPS might be lower than it could be because your response time is just slower. That's a whole different issue. What I'm talking about is raid awareness. The problem with clicking is not only can you not use the movements as I just suggested, the biggest issue is you're looking at your action bars. Because I hope to God at least you know how to press 1, 2, 3 without looking at your keyboard. However, to press 1, 2 and 3 on your action bars, you actually need to look there because you need to know where your cursor is. You can't blindly learn it. So you're looking at the bottom of your screen at your action bars and not at the actual fight. You might be running into fire, God knows, you're looking at the action bars. So don't click. It's as simple as that. Get rid of it. Even if your DPS is fine, your healing per second is fine, you've been doing it for over a decade, it's a bad habit. Just try and unlearn it from yourself. The other thing is add-ons. There are a couple of add-ons that are important to raid awareness. One I would strongly suggest is GTFO, which means get the fuck out. It basically makes a horrible, annoying sound if you stand in fire or something bad, which in some fights is hard to see. Like if the floor is purple and the fire is purple, it can be hard to see that you're actually standing in it. The add-on will make an annoying sound, you will know you're in shit, you will move out. The other one is deadly boss mods. Everyone probably has deadly boss mods installed. Most raid guilds tell you to install deadly boss mods. And do you actually use it? And what I mean by that is not the add-on putting a marker on you if you have a debuff on you or stuff like that. There's a thing in deadly boss mods that a lot of people don't use. The default settings have the timers just tucked away in a corner, rather small. What you can do is move those bars. You do that as follows by typing /dbm. You go to options and then bar setup. If you click move me, you can move the bars. And if you scroll a bit down, you can make the bars wider, longer, whatever you want. The thing is why you should do this is simply because you need to be aware of what's happening. By anticipating what is coming, it's a lot easier to deal with it. If you know a particular ability is incoming, you can handle it better. Not only movement wise, but also with your abilities. You can pop a cooldown in time, you can live through it. If, however, the timer is just tucked away, you're probably not looking at it. And abilities come as a surprise, and instead of handling it, you're reacting to it, and consequently maybe dying from it. It can also help your performance by knowing how to position yourself, think ahead, think 3 steps ahead, and stand in the correct spot. Okay, and the last point I want to talk about is your UI. This is something that's completely personal and will probably differ from whatever role or class you're playing. However, I'll go over my UI, tell why it is set up mostly as it is, and think for yourself what works for you. The main idea with my UI is that I want everything that's important, that I really need to know, to be around my character. So I don't have to look to the top left, top right, whatever, to know or track information that I really need to know. For example, just below my character, there's a weak aura. It tracks important cooldowns, buffs, etc. Left to that is my unit frame, which shows me my health, which is pretty important, seeing as I need to track how high I am. Do I need to pop extra defensive? Do I need to use a self heal? Whatever. Above that are the timers that Elf UI shows, which is nice. At least I think it's nice. Even though I use the weak auras, I also like the timers above my character to show what is currently running. And to the right of that, I have the boss UI frame, and above that, things that are running on the boss, debuffs, etc. To the left, you can see the DBM timers. I moved them there to have them in plain view. When I look at the boss and at my character, I can immediately see the timers. Usually they're just below the minimap on the right with the default settings of DBM. And to track that, I would need to look away from my character. I need to look away from the main fighting area into an area of the screen that's not that important. The unit frames for the whole raid are off to the left for me, because even though it's nice to track how everyone is doing, is everyone on low health, whatever, it's not my main concern. However, as a healer, you probably want to move that up more towards the middle of your screen. Above that, you can see the raid cooldowns and stuff. It's good to know, but it's not something I need to know at every single point in the fight, so I keep it to the left. That's mostly how my UI is set up and the basic idea around it. Once again, this is completely personal. You just have to configure a UI that works for you. Think about why you position the stuff where you position it. I hope this helped. If you have any additional tips, leave them down in the comments. If you have, if the video was useful to you, please like or subscribe. That would really help me out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Of things we know.